I'm a slut with my smiles, and I hate that it means that people just know there's always gonna be a smile.
You and me both. Yeah. That's baby.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Slow Tie, how are you, man?
I'm good. How are you?
Hey, we're feeling really good. You know, when last time you were here, a really good friend of mine, his name's Struthless,
Yeah.
and he was giving you a tattoo.
And he didn't finish.
He didn't finish it, yeah.
Where is it?
Can
What
I-
is the tattoo?
This tattoo.
It's of your face, right?
I'm actually going to see him today.
Oh, sick. Okay,
So I
beautiful.
got like a bone to pick. I'm back for revenge.
Yeah.
You better finish
This
the
time
job.
I'm tattooing him.
Oh, really?
Nah, I don't
You
know.
should. He'd be
I
up for
should,
that.
yeah, but I'm not. I've tried tattooing before. I'd say I'd leave that to the tattooist because it's just difficult, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can I just say, it's so cool to meet you. What I love about you is that you're so, like, just how you read about is how smiley you are, how happy you talk about happy land, like no smile, no entry. Like, that means a lot to me. I'm someone who, like, tends to be positive and, like, happy. Can you talk more about why that's so important to you? I feel like that is for you.
Smile at the world and the world smiles back at you, innit? And
Yeah.
I think, I don't know, even in time, I think I'm kind of cursed with the fact that even if I'm sad, I'll probably be crying and still smiling. And like, it's kind of messed up because I'm trying to be like, and then I'm just like, yeah. So I don't know, but I think it's I think it comes from my mum, and then always trying to take the positive out of a negative, and then Happy Land will be back. We didn't get to do it last time, but 2024 we're aiming for Happy Land.
What's the level of smile you need to hit? So if there's a scanner at the front that's checking the no smile, no entry policy, can you give us an example of how wide the smile? Like, is this okay?
It's
Just like
gotta
a
be like
big
I
cheesy
don't know.
grin.
You know what? Because awkward smiles are usually some of the best smiles. They're like,
Yeah.
So when people don't really smile much and they give a little, it's like rewarded.
It's
innit?
impactful.
It's like when someone that never smiles, you're like, damn. It's like
That's so true.
Kanye or something.
And I'm like, I'm a slut with my smiles, and I hate that it means that people just know there's always gonna be a smile.
You and me both. That's baby. I've been trying to do like more serious than that, but it just didn't work it out for me.
It must be hard, man, because a lot of rappers don't smile in their pics, you know? So if you're at a party next to the rappers and they're all just mean mugging and then you're like, like it.
Yeah, but
kinda is
usually
tough.
they're the smiliest ones.
Is that
They just
right?
choose their moments.
Ah,
I think people take themselves too serious as well.
yeah.
Like if you was really a gangster, you wouldn't be a rapper, would you? So
Damn.
You'd be too busy.
you'd be in jail. But
be
you
doing
know what I
your-
mean? Like, it's probably their friends that are the gang. That's why their friends are the ones that, like, you meet people and you're around them, and they're not scary, but then their friends have got some mad energy, and you're just there like, damn. You're trying to I try to make everyone smile, and then when people don't smile, I think I just piss them off more. But I'm like, why is this guy like this? It bothers me. I lie in bed at night thinking, nah, he's got something wrong with him.
That's so me.
But that's, you know what, as well, I'm like a worrier. I tend to worry about people, and like I think I gotta stop basing assumptions. Some people just like being in their own zone, and maybe I'm a bit intrusive in that way. But at the same time, I don't care because I'm like, I'm trying to live the best life.
Yeah.
But they're living their best life. So as long as they're happy, that's all that counts.
That's profound, man. Have you been continuing? I know you and Denzel Curry, last time you guys were out here together,
Yeah.
I think was it you guys doing the push-up competitions all the time?
Oh yeah, no, I was like trying to take part. I like food too much, and then like I recently realized, I don't know, I think chilling, because obviously you have off time or whatever. And I think I got a bit carried away over Christmas, but I didn't think I ate that much. And now I'm looking down, I'm like, damn, like I should do some push-ups and some sit-ups. But then every time, the motivation of it is more motivated to like eat food. I could eat a person and like
Is that right?
still have room for dessert. So then I'm like, yeah.
Slota, do you have any specific, because you love to eat, do you have any
Yeah.
specific snacks or food that you need when you're on tour or at Laneway or at your shows?
I'll eat anything. I'm not like, I used to be like, oh, I want to eat mushrooms unless they're magic or all that. But like Mario. But I'll eat anything. But when we come here, we got like a snack box from Universal, and it had like all your guys' snacks in,
Oh, yeah.
which like I ain't gonna front. It's all right.
Yeah.
But they're just like our snacks, but not as good.
Oh, is that right? What
I'm
do you
not
got,
gonna lie. Like you have like this violet thing. And it's
Violet,
Crumble,
violet crumble.
Crumble.
That's
That's-
actually crap that
It's
they
not-
put that
yeah, I
in.
wouldn't
No,
make
but
that.
that's a crunchy, bro.
It's
like,
a
Yeah.
shit crunchy.
It's
isn't
and
a
it?
your
shit
Yeah.
Tim Tams are penguins, and you don't get a joke on the back of a Tim Tam.
Is that? I didn't know the
my
penguins. I
God.
don't know
Penguins,
about
yeah, they have a joke, and like that's that part of it. You don't even want the penguin,
that. You
but
just
you
want
have
the joke.
you know what I mean. But nah, your snacks are kind of lit.
That's so funny.
But then I was like, man, I shouldn't be doing this. And then you have like these little biscuits that are like crisps. And they're like, or you got like these other biscuits that are like cookies or whatever you call them. And they're like coconutty, macaroni kind of things. But they're quite hard.
Vovo, maybe.
Oh,
Pink.
I don't know what it was, but I was just yamming. I yammed like the whole packet.
Yeah, right.
I done like the whole box. The box was done. And I was sitting there. I was like I had to pop a button.
Yeah.
It's
The one
good.
goes flying off like
Yeah,
a cartoon.
Like Jesus.
Man, this record, Ugly. Man, I was hearing you kind of say before that maybe you know how there's this idea you were saying that some rappers feel like they shouldn't smile in photos.
Yeah.
I feel like it almost feels like some rappers feel like they can't go on to another side. Like, I mean, this Lil Yachty album, that's everyone's going crazy about it. It shows that you can, and you're about to show us with this new record. We've heard a sample of it, and it's different, man. Did you have like a moment where you were like, actually, you know what? I'm just doing whatever I want here.
I feel like I've been leading up to it from my first album, and I've never been confined to. I've always done what I want. Like when I made my first album, everyone's like, "Oh, you should maybe do this and build into it like an EP and sit." And I was like, "Well, me and my team were like, nah, we're like album, like, cause that's what has always motivated us. That's the goal." And I always like listening to albums from top to bottom, and then. Like I just think I want to do what my heart says, and like when someone expects you to do one thing, you do something else. And it's like if you complete a game, you go and get another game. You know what I mean? Or you might play it again, but I ain't gonna sit there and play the same game 100 times until I'm bored of it. Like Sekiro, you know what I mean? I want to get complete and get on to the next thing. And I think this is just my next challenge. And the thing like it's just banging. I just made a banging album. That's better than a lot of stuff out there. Like I think music's come to a pretty stale place at the minute where everyone's just where it's been like it for a long time, where people are just hopping on the trend and doing what they feel is right. Where I feel like I should set the tone and my own challenge myself and put myself in my own lane rather than being like, I'm just gonna make the same song 100 times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do something better, innit?
It must be
better.
hard though, because you've got all the. Not only is that like what everyone's doing, but I imagine there's like people in your ear being like, "Hey, come on, let's go viral. Let's get some TikTok
Yeah.
sounds happening,"
Yeah.
and that must be really hard to say, like set those boundaries.
Yeah. How do you drown everything and everyone out and stay attuned to what, like, that's a really powerful thing that you're like,
Yeah.
I listen to myself and I do that. How do you, I don't know, how do you get to that place every
You
day in
get
your
up
work?
and just do it.
Yeah.
I think, and when you're in the moment of it, I think if you focus in on something and home in on it, it's like second nature. And then I think the thing of it feeling like, oh, this might not work is what makes me want to do it more. Or like, I just want to like put something out there where people either are with you or they're not. And it will like either teach people about music and open their eyes to like a lot more music, then be like, oh yeah, same thing. Like I didn't want any features really. I just wanted to do my own thing. Just make a good album.
Yeah.
It's a banging out. It's the best album I could have ever made.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Awesome.
I'm curious as well. You know what you said that you've been building up to this since the first record.
Yeah.
What do you think you kind of needed to learn in those first two projects to get to this point where you can really dive in and do something like this?
I think it's just like having time for your ideas, you know what I mean? I think to get to the point and have people come from that world and work with me, I had to kind of earn it in a way and like drip feed people into it. So it's kind of there and it's still shocking, but not as shocking as it would have been. Because if I just done all rap, like boom bap, And I was like, oh, here you go. Here's like, people would be like, I've never even had an inkling of this or feeling. So, yeah, just little bits.
We're excited, man.
Like a little bit of a Tim Tam, innit?
A little bit of a Tim Tam coming 3rd of March, if you want to lock that in, man. This record, Ugly. And we've got plenty more shows for you in Australia, man. Melbourne, Laneway Adelaide, and then Laneway Melbourne, Perth. If you're not going, make sure you go. Slow Tie. It's a pleasure, man. We're excited to hear the full project. And
Thank you.
yeah, thanks for dropping by.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Ugly, the album, pre-order it now.
Hell yeah.
Also, I'm going to be back on tour as soon as I can.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, back here.
Yes, sir. What
I
are we
like
thinking?
it.
Before the end of the year?
Yeah, before the end of the year.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Hey, you know,
All
maybe
right, eyes open. I'll be ready.
the push-ups will be happening again.
Maybe they'll have
you know, the Denzel Curry
jokes,
push-up challenge.
jokes on the inside of Tim Tams by the time
Yeah.
you come back.
Maybe we should collab with Tim Tams and do the Thai
man.
Tam.
Let's go.
See ya.
Patent that. No one steal that idea. This is like 2 million people listening. Can everyone just not steal that?
Do
That'd
us
be
a
great.
solid.
Yeah. For real. Thanks, man.
Love, man.
Thanks.
Thank you.